Hi, my name is Megan Kuntz. I am an athlete at Kilian Academy, and this is my BJJ adventure. I started training BJJ probably around 4 years ago now in Hanover. It was through my coach there that I was eventually introduced to Boulders BJJ in Flesherton, Ontario. Andrew is a great coach and a great person. He's been so welcoming to me, and I train there whenever I get the opportunity, and I always leave feeling really challenged and inspired. And then it was about 3 years ago now, kind of in a lull amidst all of the COVID insanity, I found Kilian Academy. Abrie Kilian, my coach, has done an amazing job of cultivating such a culture of community and respect, and the Academy's been a huge blessing in my life. Before I ever even knew what BJJ was, I danced ballet. When my ballet teacher moved away, I was really devastated, but I continued being active and trying new sports. When I found Jiu-Jitsu, I knew I'd stumbled across something very special. And even though Jiu-Jitsu and ballet look so different on the outside, there's actually a lot of similarities between the two, which really attracted me to it. They're both very elegant in their own ways. I love the fact that they're both very physically demanding, but in addition to that, there's such a mental component to both sports. And I also love the fact that with ballet and jiu-jitsu, there seems to be no cap. There's a limitless amount of room for growth and development and refinement of skill. And I think it's those similarities to ballet that really attracted me to BJJ. My experience training BJJ at Kilian Academy has been so wonderful. It's been really impactful on my life. I came to the Academy kind of during a really uneasy, up in the air time of my life. I had lost my job due to COVID. I had lost some of my community that I had been a part of back home, just with various people, just because COVID was such a divisive time. So to be able to come in here and everyone loved each other, it was so respectful of each other, regardless of beliefs and worldview, was really refreshing. It was so good for my mental health. Even now, some of my training partners are some of my best friends, and my coach has become a really good friend, and it's played a huge impact on my life physically, but also mentally and emotionally as well. Kilian Academy did stay open for all of the pandemic, which was amazing. It was a huge blessing for my mental health and so many others' mental health as well. It wasn't like it was done secretly or illegally either. Abrie is an amazing person. He's got so many talents, so many jobs that he has worked on throughout his life, and he was able to stay open with the blessing of the Grey Bruce Health Unit because of his past as a counselor. So it stayed open, and it was an avenue for people to work on their mental health and to get counseling and have an outlet for that during a really stressful time in human history. So it's a huge blessing. My Uki, Nick Mole, he is a gem of a human being. He is so patient, he's so encouraging, and he's also very goofy. So the days that I was just stressing out during practices, he always was lighthearted and made it really, really fun. I always joke and I say that Nick earned 2 blue belts. He earned his own, and he also earned mine because I could not have done it without him. He's really patient. He's a great training partner. He's very perceptive and was really in tune with my needs needs on the day, what I needed mentally and also physically to make things look sharp and look great. And I was really thankful to have Nick as my Uki. My first death squad member was Caleb Bates. I remember coming out of the change room and seeing Caleb on the mat. I was like, oh my goodness, isn't my first roll supposed to be easy? Caleb is never an easy roll, but he's an amazing training partner. It's always a lot of fun rolling with him. One thing about Caleb's game that I really admire and I want to borrow from him and apply to my own is that he's so confident when he sees an opportunity for a submission. He sees an opening and he just goes for it, whether it's a choke or an arm attack. And I want to apply that to my own game because sometimes I find I can get in my head and I hesitate, but Caleb just goes for it. And it's really exciting to roll with him. And you have to be very defensive and very careful. And I was so tired. I'm not sure I was defensive enough, but it was still a great roll. Brad Robertson was my second death squad member. Brad is somebody who conducts himself in all of life with this elegance and this quiet strength about him. And that is so apparent even on the mat. If he is beating you up, he's doing it with class, man. He's such a gentleman. I've never left a roll with Brad not learning something. He always takes the time to point out areas that you could strengthen or how you could tweak a technique just to make it work a little bit better for your body. And he's just a great training partner. I had a lot of fun facing Brad, and I'm pretty sure we both smiled all the way through the roll. My third death squad member was Abrie Kilian, my coach. I love rolling with coach because every single roll is very different. He is and that's just because he's an amazing coach. He's very analytical. So he is always altering and tempering the role based on what he wants to bring out of you as an athlete. I was so tired by the time I got to Abrie's role, but he didn't let up. He still challenged me and he pushed me, but at the same time, he gave me grace and he allowed me to work some of my game, which I was really thankful for. And I'm just thankful for Abrie in general. He's an awesome, gifted coach, and he's become a really good friend. And to be able to roll him on such a fun, special day was really special. Andrew, Professor Andrew Bowler was amazing. I really have a lot of respect for Andrew. He's somebody that I really look up to in the BJJ community, and training with him, whether it's a class or a seminar or an open mat, he's just made me feel so welcome and so much as part of the team. So rolling with him, honestly, that day was a blur. I know he was at the start giving me opportunity to work some of the stand-up stuff that we had been working on in class with him, and it all went out of my head because I was just so tired. But nonetheless, it was really an honor and a privilege to have him attend my demo, and to be able to kind of cap off my demo rolling with him was really special. And I'm really thankful that he was there, and I'm thankful to Abrie for inviting him as well. It was a really beautiful day to have both clubs present. Oh, I can't remember where I was going. Oh, I'm struggling. I think it's because I can tell the end is near. And then so I'm just trying to like, okay, all right. I don't know.